Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Joke Rogers. Coming up on the program today, Benue State Governor opposes a grazing reserves bill before the State House of Assembly. Displaced persons in Adamawa State get support from the Yola Catholic Diocese. And Anambra State wages war on mosquitoes as Governor Obiano flags off a fumigation exercise. We begin the program with comments of the Bishop of the Sokoto Catholic Diocese, Reverend Father Matthew Kuka, on the governor's style of the current administration. Bishop Kuka told Channels Television in Katsina, northwest Nigeria, that the federal government should communicate hope to the people of the country, especially at a time like this. He notes that with effective communication, both short and long-term mission statements, the government would carry the citizens along.
The problem that this government has been in its inability to design and devise a message and a vision that has short, medium, and long-term plans that can keep the citizens engaged. We haven't had that message. And as I said, and people didn't quite understand, it is wonderful that we're fighting corruption. And I feel vindicated, and I'm happy. I don't feel happy that I'm vindicated, but I have been vindicated because what I said was, look, fighting corruption is not a policy. You know, we need practical things about how and where we are going. Fighting corruption can only be tangentially part of a larger vision. I think where we are now, there are very difficult moments, but Nigerians must understand that the wheels of democracy are irreversible. We must all collectively push forward. This is not a time to blame Buhari.
Bishop Stephen Dami Mamza says that there's no discrimination of religion in the distribution of food. He said the church has identified this challenge and as part of its contribution towards ameliorating the hardship of those IDPs living within the host communities in Yola, introduced a food distribution program where food is given free of charge.
And we have visited them, we have known where they live, we know how many members of their families that are there, and we know that they are desperately in need of food. And these are people that actually cannot go back home now because some of them, their houses have been completely destroyed. And some of them also live at the edge of Madagali, which links Sambisa Forest and Boza and part of Askira local government. So these are people that we cannot say exactly when they will be going back because until when the terrorists are completely clear off from Sambisa.
In other news now, we move to the South-South. INEC's resident electoral commissioner in Rivers State, Mr. Anyedi Kowak, has been speaking about the killing of a youth corps member during Saturday's rerun election. Mr. Kowak says the death of the youth corps member was a result of a violent incident at a polling unit in Ahoda West local government area.
On the eve of the elections, the tension in town was quite high, and they were returning home from the field when they shot into the group. I think they said there were 3. The other ones ran away. This one was gunned down, and so NYC later found the body. One was missing, which I'm told have resurfaced now. Who ran away. The other one ran to report and so on. I think that's just and it's very, very sad. And we sympathize with the family, the NYC, and Nigeria as a whole. He had completed his assignment and he was on his way back home. From the report we had, he was on. There were a group of coppers going back home when they met with the assassins who decided to shoot on them. There were a lot of shooting in town and so on. So we cannot actually ascertain whether they were marked out to be killed or it was just the issue of killing people around and so on, and they ran into it. Since the core members recruited for the exercise were recruited from the same local government that they are doing their primary assignments. So it was easy for them when you finish, you then go back to where you stay. And the position is...
Well, a three-day workshop on justice and security dialogue in Nigeria has opened in Benin City, the Edo State capital. The program, put together by the United States Institute of Peace, brings together security agencies and residents to improve trust, cooperation between the Nigeria police and communities in Oredo local government area of the state.
This gathering is made up of police officers selected from the 32 divisions of the Edo Police Command, alongside representatives of communities in Oredo local government area of Edo State. They are gathered for a three-day workshop on justice and security dialogue in Nigeria, an event organized by the United States Institute of Peace in conjunction with Light Africa.
As the time we go home, we will be privileged to carry what we learn here usefully in our local communities.
The program, which is aimed at improving the relationship between citizens and security personnel, will also work on participatory reform processes. The interactive session is deemed apt as security issues remain the biggest worry of most societies.
This is the Nigeria workshop that we are having, and in Nigeria we are having it in the 6th geopolitical zone of the country. We hope that by the time we conclude the workshops that we would have been able to have an idea of the security challenges that community members face, and of course so that it will aid the design of the intervention of a program that will foster peace and security in the communities.
Participants are also meant to benefit from strategy and planning guides to avoid ugly situations like electoral violence experienced in the Rivers rerun election.
We still had violence, even though everybody knew that the probability of violence was very high. Clearly shows that the situation was not well managed. It is one thing to have more, one of the things that really could have been done would have been to have more personnel, more security personnel deployed in the period just before the elections and during the elections, and also to intensify the extent of the penetration of the communities to gather intelligence.
With the Edo 2016 governorship election in mind, workshops like this could just be the answer to achieving peaceful conduct of the polls.
Osun State government says it has completed 311 micro projects through the Community and Social Development Project in 252 communities across the state. The projects, according to the government, are for communities where empowerment would improve access to social and natural resources, as well as infrastructural services for human development.
These are officials of the Osun State Community and Social Development Project and beneficiaries of the 311 micro projects, which the state government said it has completed in 252 communities with the no-interest loan it obtained from the World Bank. The General Manager of Osun CSDP explains that the projects are in line with the 6-point integral action plans of the state government. The projects, which is spread in the 252 communities, include education, health, water, transport, environment, and rural electrification.
They give us money to buy transformer, and that is the transformer there. Then we distribute all the lights, and we enjoy it since then.
They have given us a lot of assistance through immunization, through issues that relate to sicknesses, sicknesses that sometimes they need first aid.
The Community and Social Development Project Agency has assured Osun State residents that the next phase of the project will focus on gender and the vulnerable in the society.
When we come back on the program, a strike by joint health workers paralyzes activities at the Jos University Teaching Hospital. Do stay with us.